What's good, general people? Saykman here. Let's talk about the Switch 2. So on June 5th, I woke up super duper early and bought the controversial new Nintendo Switch 2. But you guys already knew that. Come on, I made an entire video about it. You watched it, right? Fast forward to now, it's been about a week since the launch, and I guess the burning question is, how is it? Do I enjoy it? Does it hold up? Well, obviously I'm gonna tell you, that's what the video's about. Let's start off with the pros.
Wake up and forget it. You say you love me, but you're not right there.
In your hand, this shit feels amazing. I mean, dude, the screen is 2 times bigger than its predecessor. The sounds are great, and it just feels so damn smooth. The storage is more impressive. The sounds are more impressive. The buttons are more impressive. Like, it's just a big ass upgrade. I've been playing Zelda Breath of the Wild. Yes, I know I'm late, but this is my first time playing the game, even though it's been out for 8 years. And I gotta say, I don't know what frame rate it runs at, but it does feel like a smooth 120 to me, and that's coming from a guy with a 280Hz monitor. I should also mention that this is my first Zelda game, and for the console to have me immersed like this, it's obviously doing something right. Like, I'm able to play this shit for hours on end, something I couldn't do with the OG Switch. Or should I say something I couldn't do with the OG Switch in handheld mode. On the TV, I was on that thing like all day. Now, I'm pretty sure everybody's already heard the pros of the system, so I'm not gonna go too much into detail on what the system can do because you already watched Wolf Den and everybody else cover it. So I'm gonna do what everybody likes. Negativity. Would I call this thing a sequel? Hell no. Would I call it a pro? Hell yeah. For this thing to be worth almost $500, it sure doesn't have the features to back it up. You know, when I heard the Switch 2 was coming, I was expecting new themes, a new UI. That's the main thing. Nintendo, why don't I have a new UI? Really, all I got was the same shit, but with better frames and better sounds. And just slightly newer, better features. And you know what? That's fine. I would have gladly paid $400 for this. $400 seems like a reasonable price point. Now, Nintendo, I welcome you to prove me wrong. Please, update the system. Give me themes. Please, do what multi-billion-dollar companies are supposed to do. Their job. My bad, I didn't mean to scare you. Now, a few months ago, I made this video right here. It was about how I thought the Switch 2 looked disappointing in the reveal trailer. And to be honest, that video aged like fine wine. It aged like lotto. This thing is disappointing. But I realized after my Elden Ring Night Rain video that people really just don't listen and blow the smallest opinions out of the water. But that's a topic for another day. I wouldn't say the console itself is disappointing. It's all the missed opportunities they could have gone with this damn thing. I mean, Nintendo, what happened to your soul? Where are my themes? Where are they? Look, Ronnie, I really don't need this right now. I just need them to give me my themes, Ronnie. I just need them to give... On paper, this console is great. You know, it has everything that I'm looking for in terms of power in a Nintendo console. You know, if I wanted to play God of War, I go hook up the PS5. But no, I want to play Splatoon 3. So I didn't come here looking for a powerhouse of console. I came here looking for fun. So you listen to me, Doug Bowser, or should I call you Doug Douchebag? Why doesn't my console have any soul? Why do I open it and there's not any music playing? Why do I go to the eShop and there's no music playing? What did I just spend $500 on? Some bullshit? Cause you might as well just tell me I just spent my money on some bullshit. Yes, guys, I'm joking. I know what I was getting into. I shouldn't have to say I'm joking to a bunch of grown adults. Good Lord, you know, I'll get to y'all in a second. Let's get into the few things I actually have a problem with. Excluding the UI. The battery life on this thing is pure ass. I'm gonna be straight up. While playing the Switch 2 edition of Breath of the Wild, I only got about an hour and a half before I got that dreaded low battery message. And I don't know if it's just me, but I genuinely prefer playing handheld over the TV. So having to sit near the damn charger on a portable console is a huge turnoff. You know, I'm sitting there having the time of my life, beating people up as Link. You know, trying to save Zelda, even though she probably getting clapped by Ganon. And just when I'm finally thinking I'm getting somewhere, here it goes, that damn pop-up. Leave me alone. I want to play the game. And speaking of games, that brings me to my next problem. You know what, Ronnie? Step aside. I got this one. You can go. You can go home for today. Dude, I'm tired of arguing with you. Just leave. What do I pay you for? For Nintendo's game catalog to be as good as it is, there are no launch titles for this damn console. There's not shit Nintendo Switch 2 related to play. But you know, we got the Cyberpunk 2077, which I'm gonna get eventually. I just don't wanna bite that $70 bullet right now, after I already bit the $481 bullet on the damn console itself. As I said, I've been playing Breath of the Wild for the first time, and yes, it's freaking amazing. But then what am I doing when I get bored of that? What do? Switch to another game? No pun intended. I guess my only option is to switch to a different console. Pun intended. Whenever I feel like I've come to a good stopping point, I go out on the menu and see nothing. Now, yes, that could be my fault that I don't have any damn games. But if I'm not mistaken, if I wanted to play Switch 1 games, I go get a Switch 1. Why did I buy a new console to just play the same shit? And yes, for all the sensitive people that's watching this, I'm joking. I know there will be better and newer games to come out in the future. I'm complaining about the launch titles. Please seek employment, because crying over a Nintendo is not gonna get them to fuck. Also, there's not like there's any cool themes to look at while I'm on the home menu. And you know, that actually brings me to my last and final complaint. See how everything just comes together at the end? You see that? How about we all come together and subscribe to the Saykman channel? I like doing videos like these, but I'm mainly a gaming guy. You know, how about you like it while we're here? You want a cup of coffee? You know, I have water too, since you're waiting in the lobby while we get someone. Hey yo, Ronnie. Oh yeah, I sent him home. Subscribe. I said this numerous times before in this video that I want my damn themes, Doug. You know, you give me my themes and we can all go about this in a civilized manner. If I don't get a theme by next month, I'm gonna have no choice but to show up to Nintendo headquarters. Since I don't want to beat a dead horse, I'm gonna keep this segment very, very short. All I want is a simple UI change. Something like how the PS4 went to the PS5. You know, nothing crazy. I just want probably some themes with the music in the back. I want the eShop to have music. I want my Nintendo console to feel like a Nintendo console. Okay? I grew up playing this shit. Why do I have to buy the new thing and then it feels like we went backwards? Can somebody tell me? Please! Somebody! Now, on a serious note, the last thing I wanted to cover is the controversy surrounding this thing. The amount of hate the Switch 2 is getting is fucking ridiculous. In no way, shape, or form do I agree with the current Nintendo or its practices, because $80 games is also fucking ridiculous. I can't believe y'all are out here actually spending money on Mario Kart World. Yeah, I know you can get the bundle, but even though you're freaking enabling this shit, and now we're gonna be paying $80 for games as the norm for games in the next 2 years. I don't wanna hear anything when they start charging us to play Fortnite. This is your fault. And speaking of ridiculous, it's also very ridiculous for Nintendo to be charging for the tech demo. It's also ridiculous for them to be charging damn near $100 for the Pro Controller. That's why I'm still using the Joy-Cons. I'm not doing it. And it's also ridiculous for them to advertise an outdated camera when I can go to Walmart and buy a better camera for probably the same price. That's ridiculous. And with all that being said, still, for people to make up false problems with the console just to hate on it is beyond childish. You people are full functioning adults. Act like it. And I be seeing niggas with full grown beards acting like this. Well, you know how childish you'd have to be to buy and play a Nintendo Switch 2? You know, I have kids, and if they seen me playing the Nintendo Switch 2, I'd probably have to divorce my wife and leave the country. Like, you'll never catch me playing that heap of drunk. Buy a Steam Deck. Steam Deck's better. Steam Deck's better. Who the hell cares? If you want to go buy a Switch 2, go buy a Switch 2. If you want to stick with the Steam Deck, put the Steam Deck in your mouth for all I care. I'm just saying, enjoy the game. Just enjoy playing the game. That's the point of the console. The same people who will go out of their way to criticize the Switch 2 are the same people who buy the new COD every year. Y'all say that the Switch 2 is this and is the same thing as the last one and yada yada yada, but y'all will be the first in line to buy Black Ops 7. And let's leave 2K out of the conversation. I don't even want to embarrass y'all with that. Although everyone at Nintendo headquarters are scumbags, my point is this: PlayStation, Xbox, hell, even Google, they all do the same bullshit. Why was Undisputed $80 anyway? That was probably like the first $80 game I've seen. There was no reason for us to even jump from $60 to $70, especially when we're getting unfinished games at launch. Oh yeah, man, we're gonna drop this and we're just gonna update it and it'll be all good. Why? Whatever happened to the game being finished and then releasing? Why is this the world we live in now? And you people just eat this shit up. Do I need to bring up Concord? When that game came out, that should have been the wake-up call that everybody needed. We should have stormed the Capitol. We should have burned down the houses. Nintendo's doing all of this shit now, but where was the uproar when we had to start paying to play online? Where was the voices for that? Are you serious? Not only do I have to buy the $80 game, I have to pay to play the $80 game. How much is PlayStation Plus? Let's see. Let's do a quick Google search real quick. Dude, this shit is $20 a month. Sony and Microsoft has been doing this bullshit for years. But when Nintendo finally decides to step their foot in the fuckery, now it's a problem? This shit should have been a problem. Whoever watches this, and I know y'all are in the comments typing your freaking fingers away like, yeah, bro, this guy has no idea what he's talking about. I'm just speaking my mind. That's all it is. Like, you people are way too sensitive, especially when it comes to gaming. I understand that these companies have a special place in you guys' hearts, because it does with me too. But at the same time, there's no way you should be defending these billionaires when they do shit like this. They don't know you, bro. They don't. And the thing about not owning your games pissed me off the most. Why the hell am I paying $70 to $80 for a game cartridge with a game key on it? The game isn't even on the cartridge. How? Why? And then again, PlayStation and Xbox have been doing this same shit for years. Why is it when Nintendo does it, everybody has something to say, but nobody has something to say when I bust open Uncharted 2 for the PS Vita and the game wasn't even in there? It was a code telling me what to put in the store. Are we serious? I'm a collector, bro. I like to have my games in my hand. When GTA 6 comes out, guess what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna walk my happy ass back into that Target and purchase it physically. So as I'm making this right now, I freaking see that Xbox is coming out with their own handheld, and I'm just looking through these comments, and the first thing that I see is bye Switch 2. So you niggas will buy this shit right here, and it clearly looks like it's the same thing as the PS Portal. It's just gonna be cloud gaming, and even if it's not gonna be up there for real. Like, that's what I'm saying. I just don't see this being reasonably good, as I should put it. It might be powerful, it might be whatever. The console's not out yet. But for y'all to be like, bye Switch 2, and then go out and buy this shit in the PS Portal, it just doesn't make fucking sense to me. And I already know you people who don't listen or watch the video are just gonna run to the comments and say I'm a Nintendo glazer. And like I'm gonna say for the 5th and final time, I am nowhere near the biggest Nintendo fan. I don't agree with anything they're doing right now. But I'm saying there's a lot of bullshit to go around. And I don't know how many times I have to say this too, but seeing how grown adults are acting over a freaking console, I won't be surprised when I start getting called a glazer. Moral of the story is, the video game industry is about to crash, and I'm here for it. Everybody's gotta go down, everybody needs a restart. I don't care about inflation, there's no way we should be paying $80 for a freaking video game, and $70 for games that aren't even done. So all I'm saying is, if you're gonna shit on one thing, make sure you shit on every other toilet around it. Take it from me. My favorite thing to do is to shit in the shower. That has nothing to do with